Drive. And today I bring you a 79 Ramcharger. This one here in particular is a little bit different. So, long story short, I bought this truck from my neighbor. He had his Ramcharger that he built, and he built something crazy. And so he built a wide axle off-road truck that is absolutely different all in itself, because look how wide this thing is. Like, these tires alone are wide, and then the fact that these tires are wide along with the axles, everything is outside of the truck. Like, the edge of the back of the tire starts at the fender, which is like crazy. The truck comes with a 440. There we go. Put her in four-wheel drive. You can get up out of there. And it has tons of power. Like, just messing around in this grass field is absolutely crazy. Like, that's 70 miles per hour. It doesn't feel like you're going 70 miles per hour, but it's 70 miles per hour. And so today, we're going to be messing around with it, and we're going to be taking it off-road and just see exactly what we can get into. Let's go this way, because there's actually a little bitty, I guess it'll be a river. If not a river, I'll be like a little ravine over here. So let's head over here. The suspension is done very well. It's soft, very soft suspension. Those spring is raised up all the way, but it's very soft. So it glides over bumps, which is exactly kind of what you want when you're off-roading. You don't want a very stiff suspension, because when the suspension is stiff, you're gonna feel every bump in the road, every dip, and that's not something you want there. But this, it doesn't, like, you wouldn't even feel. I mean, that's the inside view. Like, that's crazy. It's so well. You know, maybe. Look at that. Look at that. This thing is nice. I like this. It's so different. And that's what I like about it, you know? Just some mud. A little bit of mud. Nothing crazy. Like, it will nosedive, but you will think, like, you nosedive, and you think that it will nosedive, and you would just completely mess up that bumper, but that's the reason it's raised up in the front a little bit more than the back. It's a little squatted in the back for a reason, is so the suspension can take and adjust to whatever you're doing. It's crazy. The suspension itself, the front, is so soft that it would just, it will like trampoline you into the air. So like, once when that back hits whatever the front just got over, that back end's gonna hit real hard, and it's gonna bounce that whole back end of this truck up. And that's like the only thing you really gotta worry about, is like, the front is a little bit stiffer than the rear, and so look at that. We just hit that, and not a single dent or scratch on that bumper. Okay, we're gonna see if we can find some rocks, because I'm really curious to see how will it do on rocks, because this is just some normal off-roading right here, but it's nothing really crazy. Yeah, when you get on that road, it gets very squirrely. Very. Alright, let's head down here a little bit. You might can see it, what I'm talking about here. Easy, land it. There you go. That's our first break of the day. That's our first break of the day, is that wheel. That was it. But man, did you get that? That's nothing. That's like some something else. But that's the only break of the day. That's crazy. I'm gonna get this fixed up real quick, and we get back to it. All right, we got our Ramcharger fix, and there's just a little course over here that we can do. There's not too much that you can do on this particular map, but this is a lot that you can test right here. So this water is really deep, so we're just gonna big toe it, put your big toe in, and just see how deep it is. It can get out. You can definitely get out, but you don't want to stay in that too deep, because you will hydro lock. But this part right here, this is the deep end. You already know we ain't gonna be able to try that out. That's too deep.
That's what she said.
But look at that suspension. It's so good. And that's, oh my gosh. But that is why they had to make the axles wider. Is because if they didn't make the axles wider, you would just be hitting the wheel wells. Look at that. That back is probably the best. The front is a little bit. I think because the rear has long travel suspension on the rear, and so is the big reason. That's the big advantage of it on the rear. The front is, again, that's why it's a little bit stiffer, because the front doesn't have long travel, so it can only travel so far. But look at that. Like, if you want to see some flex, I'll show you some flex here. All right, that's some flex right there. Look at that. Look at the flex. Like, that's like maxed out flex though for the rear, and it's only for the rear. The front, yeah, it's very stiff. So, to accommodate for it, they lifted the front. So they didn't have to lift the rear because it's long travel suspension on the rear anyway.
You could.
This thing on the road is probably the scariest thing, and we were in 4-wheel drive, which is, you're axing for it at that. I'm gonna see. All right, we are in 2-wheel drive high right now. It's a little bit better now. Gotta start turning now. You gotta start turning now. You gotta start turning it now, because you ain't gonna be able to turn. You gotta hit your apexes a lot different in this thing. Oh my gosh. We winded up off-roading. The front diff is welded. It's a welded front diff. And this thing, you don't have to take the road. You don't have to take the road at all. Like, oh, I don't want to take the... I don't want to drive on the road no more. Let's just go off-road, quick travel. We're gonna be doing some more testing, so we're gonna be coming back for the Ramcharger, and we're gonna be potentially taking it to an actual off-road park and doing some actual physical testing. We'll see. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on that post notification so you know when I post videos, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.